What is going on, Brownie Bros? It is your coach of the Green Bay Yampers, Big Time Brownie, back for week 4 of the UPA Showdown Division. We have another post-match commentary today, just because I wasn't set up when we battled and I was being kind of lazy, so that's my fault. But, I don't know, I kind of like post-com, but I feel like seeing what I'm thinking turn by turn is also entertaining. So let me know what you guys think. Which do you prefer? Anyway, we are 2-1 going into this game. We're taking on the Baltimore Tutorials, who are 1-2. We're coming off a nice win last week against the Sydney Thundurus, so we want to keep that momentum going. You can see both teams on the screen right now, and you can also see which teams both coaches brought as well. But going into the match, Baltimore has Latios, Mega Scizor, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Zapdos, Crocodile, Sylveon, Alola Marowak, Aurora's Garbodor, Blossom, and at the bottom here is Chargebug, who he has brought. So, looking at his team, he has a lot of threats, honestly. You know, we don't have a grounded poison type, so Garbodor with T-Spikes can be really annoying. You know, toxic and spikes in general and hazards are really annoying for my team. Urshifu Rapid Strike and Mega Scizor are super hard hitters, as well as Alola Marowak. Really, these top 6 Pokemon can hit pretty hard. My plan for this week really was to play more defensive and win with Mega Kangaskhan at the end, because after doing some calcs, it was clear that our Mega Kangaskhan could really kill everything after a little bit of chip. He only has one thing, Latios, which outspeeds Kangaskhan Scarfed. Which outspeeds Mega Kangaskhan if it's not Scarfed. We speed tie with Zapdos, but that's really nice as well. And looking at the rest of the team, I wanted to get some chip off, like I said, and play defensively. I thought Intimidate would be really important for his physical attackers. I brought Weezing as well to deal with his physical attackers. You know, in hindsight, I probably didn't prep well enough for Sylveon, but luckily he didn't bring Sylveon anyway. So yeah, let's bring up the team here. As you can see, we have brought Tapu Koko, Mega Kangaskhan, Slowbro, Arcanine, Weezing, and Garchomp. So our Coco's heavy duty boots with Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Calm Mind, and Defog. Calm Mind really lets his Dazzling Gleam against his team for free. Yeah, I mean, you know, it just really does a lot of damage, and I didn't really have a better move. U-turn would have been decent too. I felt like I needed a defogger, like I said before, for the Stealth Rocks, Toxic Spikes, and potentially Spikes. And, you know, Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam hits his entire team except for Alola Marowak, but there's nothing that Coco has that can really hit Alola Marowak anyway, if he is Lightning Rod. If he's Rock Head, obviously T-Bolt hits that. Next up, we have the Mega Kangaskhan that I said could basically win, especially at +2. We just needed to Power Up Punch and Body Slam, Sucker Punch, and Fire Punch we have as well. As you can see, I didn't go max speed. I just went enough speed to outspeed Urshifu because I didn't expect him to bring max speed. Zapdos, that was just a bet I made. Then we have our Assault Vest Slowbro with Scald, Psyshock, Ice Beam, Flamethrower. These 4 moves really cover everything on his team. Ice Beam for Latios and Zapdos and Crocodile. Scald can hit Crocodile, Marowak, and Aurora's for super effective damage, and obviously get some burns off. Psyshock is for Sylveon and Urshifu. Obviously, Urshifu is better on the physical side, but I thought Psyshock might be useful for Sylveon. And then the last move, Flamethrower for Scizor as well. And then Assault Vest, you know, we don't have a whole lot of special bulk on this team, so Assault Vest just allows us to take a hit. Ooh, 1 second. I apologize, I got a phone call. Yeah, it just allows us to take the Assault Vest allows us to take some special hits we might not be able to take otherwise, and like I said, we don't have much special bulk on the team, so we could take a couple of Hyper Voices, and I mean, we can't really take a Thunderbolt, but Sylveon is really the only, and Latios, it helps with Sylveon and Latios. Those are really the only, I guess Zapdos is too. I meant to say Sylveon and Latios are the only special attackers that Slowbro can deal with. Zapdos obviously is a problem. We then have our Intimidate Arcanine with 180 HP, 176 defense, 96 special attack, and 56 speed. It is bold nature with Flamethrower, Toxic Will-O-Wisp, and Teleport. I went back and forth between Scorching Sands, I'm going to do this, Scorching Sands and Toxic. But I felt like, you know, Toxic would just be better, to keep, you know, even to catch a Alola Marowak. Or anything else like Latios or Zapdos or Sylveon, just having that Toxic option, because like I said, I didn't have a whole lot for Sylveon, so having that Toxic option would be really nice. Will-O-Wisp obviously for Urshifu, which could be a switch-in, Mega Scizor, you know, I would probably just hit Flamethrower, and Will-O-Wisp for Crocodile as well is nice, and then Teleport gives us a nice momentum option. It's our only momentum option on the team this week. We're going to have our max defense Rocky Helmet Weezing with Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, and Plane Split. Pretty straightforward. Flamethrower is for Mega Scizor. Sludge Bomb can kind of hit everything else. Will-O-Wisp for the same reasons we had it on Arcanine. Rocky Helmet to get some chip on the Scizor and the Urshifu, and potentially the Crocodile and Marowak as well. So there's that. And then finally we have our max defense Garchomp with Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet with Stone Edge, Earthquake, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. His defog options, his removal options are Zapdos, Mega Scizor, and Latios. So really it's only Zapdos. I felt like Rocks might be important. And then between Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet, that damage really adds up on Urshifu and Scizor. Especially if it's Urshifu, if he uses Surging Strikes into it. I mean, this is a crap ton of damage, as long as he's not wearing protective pads, which he hadn't brought up until this point. So I was pretty confident that he wouldn't. Toxic again for the same reasons I said before. And then Earth with Stone Edge is there to hit Zapdos if need be at the end of the game as well. Alright, so let's get into the game. So going into the game, he brought Zapdos, Crocodile, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Mega Scizor, Blossom, and Marowak. So I end up leading with Garchomp here just because whether he leads with Urshifu to get some momentum, or Scizor, or even the Crocodile, I know I can just get my Stealth Rock off, and potentially Toxic on something else too. He does lead Blossom, and my thinking here is I end up just going for the Toxic because I don't want to lose to Quiver Dance Blossom. He obviously could go, is it Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam? He gets one of those moves. I didn't expect him to go for it just because, you know, I didn't think it really made sense on that first turn, especially if we went out into something like Arcanine. So I ended up Stealth Rocking it on the next turn because once he Strength Sap, I figured it was a set like this, like Leech Seed, Strength Sap, Giga Drain, maybe Sleep Powder. And really all I need Garchomp for at this point after I get Rocks and this Toxic off is for its Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin, so I didn't mind if it went to sleep. I thought it was probably the one mana on the team that I would be okay with sleeping. So he goes for the Leech Seed, which is not, I mean, it's fine. We go straight into Arcanine as he substitutes. So I'm just going to not really overpredict. I'm just going to break the sub here. And he Leech Seeds. And on this next turn, I can't remember what okay, so I wanted to Will-O-Wisp really badly, but I ended up just teleporting just to see what he would do. And I go into Tapu Koko because obviously Tapu Koko can outspeed this Pokemon, and it puts a lot of pressure on the team. I double here just because I want to scout for the Choice Scarf and see what he does. He ends up switching out, so we know he's not Choice Scarf. He does go into Blossom as we go out into Garchomp there, so, you know, potentially to take the Surging Strikes if he is Choice Scarf. We just go straight back into Arcanine as he Strength Steps back up. That's fine with us. The Toxic damage is going to wear over time. And here's where I make a little bit of an over-prediction. I Will-O-Wisp because on the last time he did that, he went into Urshifu. So we did reveal Will-O-Wisp at this point, which wasn't great. But he goes for another Strength Stab here. I think I go for Teleport here. Yeah, I do, because I expected him to switch out at that point. He doesn't. We go into Weezing, which can also do a job. And we get the Sludge Bomb off as he Leech Seeds. Interestingly, Strength Sap doesn't trigger like Rough Skin or Rocky Helmet. So that's interesting. Weezing ends up picking up the kill here. He sacks Blossom as Marowak comes out, and this is really scary. I go into Arcanine to get the -1, and that still does 54%. And at this point, I go for the Toxic because I was really debating. Do I go into Weezing here? Do I stay in with Arcanine? Do I go into Garchomp? There's a lot of different things I could do. And I ended up Toxicking because I knew I guaranteed get the Toxic off. I didn't want to sack or take too much damage on Weezing because I wanted that to be around, because if he is choice Crocodile, I don't want him to be able to just lock into Earthquake at the end of the game and win by Moxie Crocodile, right? I wanted Garchomp as healthy as possible to be able to get that chip on his other physical threats. So I just made the decision that at this point, Arcanine had gotten a Toxic off. Blossom was gone. Obviously, Mega Scizor is still there, so it's not great losing Arcanine. But between Garchomp, between Weezing, Garchomp with the chip, and the Fire Punch on Kangaskhan, and even, T-Bolt on Coco, I felt like I could deal with Mega Scizor. So he ends up going for Swords Dance here, which is super scary, which is not something I was expecting. I am just going to go for Teleport here as he Poltergeists, just in case he Swords Dances again, and then I can get in Garchomp and kill it for free. I go into Garchomp, I go for the Earthquake. Just there's no point in over-predicting there, as he does go into his Krook. We go into Weezing, which is our Krook switch. He does knock off a Rocky Helmet, but that's okay. We do get a free Will-O-Wisp off, potentially, as he does go straight out into Marowak. And then, again, for the same reasons I said before, I really went into this thing just to sack Slowbro, because I felt like everything else was more important. And he ends up just over-predicting me to go into maybe Kangaskhan. I mean, I was too afraid to go into Kangaskhan on a potential Poltergeist. Kangaskhan was my win con. I could not let that take damage because I couldn't let it die to Bullet Punch or Aqua Jet. I needed it to be able to get some hits off. So Slowbro's able to take it out after he overpredicts there. We go into Scizor. He goes into Mega Scizor here, and again I was just sacking this thing off, and I did not want him to get a free Swords Dance off, so I click Flamethrower here. He U-turns and takes out our Slowbro, but that does give us the initiative to go straight into Coco here, because we know he's not Choice Scarf. Now, I did go for T-Bolt here. I debated here between Dazzling Gleam and Calm Mind. I knew Dazzling Gleam was able to take this out. I didn't think he would go hard Scizor on a Thunderbolt here. So I just ended up going with Dazzling Gleam because I felt it was the safest play, because we could take, a Bullet Punch plus an Aqua Jet. So he ends up not Bullet Punching and goes for the Swords Dance. Actually, I don't, that's my mistake. I don't think we could take a Bullet Punch, but Dazzling Gleam I think was just the safest play here. He Swords Dances, we get the chip off, and then he is in range for the Rocky Helmet plus the Rough Skin. Crocodile comes in. And we go into Weezing. I thought about not doing this, but he ends up going for EQ anyway, so it was the best play. I also thought about doubling here, but I wasn't sure at this point if he was choiced. I knew he wasn't banded, but I wasn't sure if he was choice Scarf. So I just ended up going for the Will-O-Wisp, because once that thing is crippled, we basically win with Coco. I do end up going into Coco here, and a Dazzling Gleam is very free. Just in case he tries to switch out. That's 35%. It's not the greatest damage. So on the next turn, I decide to go for the Calm Mind. We are Toxic, which is annoying, but I thought we could do at least 50%, so, the Roost is counteracted. We go for the Calm Mind, or for the Dazzling Gleam. We get the crit, which sucks. I don't think it really mattered in the grand scheme of things. I think we won either way, but it does allow Tapu Koko to pick up a kill. And we are able to go into Weezing. I'm not on my main account. For some reason, I'm on my testing account, by the way. So that is me. And then at the end here, it's just Weezing versus Crocodile. I go for the Will-O-Wisp, just so I can live a couple more knockoffs here. And we end up going for the Flamethrower, and the Burn takes him out. So we get a nice 3-0 victory. We are 3-1 now, which is really nice. A great start to the season for us. Next up is the Rose City, I think Roselias, and they are currently 4-0, so that's going to be a tough matchup. But good game to Henry. It was a fun one. We'll be back next week. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. I know I haven't brought back really any of my other content, but I'm working on it. Work has just been really tough recently. But, I'm working on it. I hope to bring back some of the other content. We also battled late, so that's why this is going up late. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time for week 4, or Week 5, rather. Remember, a video from Big Time keeps your life sublime, so until next time. Bye, guys.